So I do that every morning. And I have to say that it's helped. It's helped a lot. It's helped me be better to myself, be better to other people.
Andrew Huberman talks about the importance of prayer and his faith in God. So make sure to watch till the end because I have a Bible verse that will tie all of this together. Let's get right into it.
I have a morning meditation that I do. Well, I wake up now, I get my sunlight, I hydrate, I use the bathroom, I do all the things that I talk about. I've started a practice of prayer in the last year, which is new-ish for me, which is, we could talk about
in the morning.
Yeah.
Can you talk about it a little bit?
Sure. Yeah. And then I have a meditation that I do that actually is where I think through with the different roles that I play. Mm-hmm. So I start very basic. I say, okay, I'm an animal. Like we are like biologically animals, right? Mm-hmm. Human, I'm a man, I'm a scientist, I'm a teacher, I'm a friend, I'm a brother, I'm a son. I go through this, I have this list and I think about the different roles that I have and the roles that I still want in my life going forward that I haven't yet fulfilled. It just takes me, it's sort of an inventory of where I've been, where I'm at, and where I'm going, as they say. And I don't know why I do it, but I started doing it this last year. I think because it helps me understand just how many different contexts I have to exist in and remind myself that there's still more that I haven't done that I'm excited about.
So within each of those contexts, there's like things that you want to kind of accomplish to define that.
Yeah, and I'm ambitious, so I think, I'm a brother. I have an older sister, and I love her tremendously. And I think I want to be the best brother I can be to her, which means maybe a call, maybe just, we do an annual trip together for our birthdays. Our birthdays are close together. We always go to New York for our birthdays. We've gone for the last 3-4 years. Like really like reminding myself of that role, not because I'll forget, but because I have all these other roles I'll get pulled into. Mm-hmm. I say the first one, I'm an animal because I have to remember that I have a body that needs care. Like any of us, I need sleep, I need food, I need hydration. I need that I'm human, that the brain of a human is marvelously complex, but also marvelously self-defeating at times. And so I've been thinking about these things in the context of the different roles. And the whole thing takes about 4 or 5 minutes. And I just find it brings me a certain amount of clarity that then allows me to ratchet into the day. The prayer piece, I think I've been reluctant to talk about until now because I don't believe in pushing religion on people. And I think that, and I'm not, it's a highly individual thing. And I do believe that one can be an atheist and still pray, or agnostic and still pray. But for me, it really came about through understanding that there are certain aspects of myself that I just couldn't resolve on my own. And no matter how much therapy, no matter how much, and I haven't done a lot of it, but no matter how much plant medicine or other forms of medicine or exercise or podcasting or science or friendship or any of that, I was just not going to resolve. And so I started this because someone close to me said, a male friend said, prayer is powerful. And I said, well, how? And he said, I don't know how, but if you can it can allow you to get outside yourself, let you give up control and at the same time take control. I don't even like saying take control, but the whole notion is that, and again, forgive me, but there's no other way to say it. The whole notion is that, like God works through us, whatever God is to you, he, him, her, whatever, life force, nature, whatever it is to you, right? That it works through us. And so I do a prayer. I'll just describe it where I ask, I make an ask to help remove my defects, my character defects. I pray to God to help remove my character defects so that I can show up better in all the roles of my life and do good work, which for me is learning and teaching. And so you might say, well, how is that different than a meditation? Well, I'm acknowledging that there is something that bigger than me, bigger than nature, as I understand it, that I cannot understand or control, nor do I want to. And I'm just giving over to that. Mm-hmm. And
that's so good. I mean, I wish he would just completely just say he's the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords. He's the creator of all things. But yeah, it's so important. When you surrender your life to God, it will completely transform your life. It will just completely lift off all of the burden on your life that you are carrying when you give it all over to him. You realize there's something greater than yourself. That is truly powerful.
There's the head of our neurosciences at Stanford until recently. You should talk to him directly about it. Bill Newsom has talked about his religious life. For me, it's really a way of getting outside myself and then understanding how I fit into this bigger picture. And the character defects part is real, right? I'm a human. I have defects. Like I got a lot of flaws in me, like anybody, but and trying to acknowledge them and asking for help in removing them, not magically, but through right action, through my right action. So I do that every morning. And I have to say that it's helped. It's helped a lot. It's helped me be better to myself, be better to other people. I still make mistakes, but it's becoming a bigger part of my life. And I never thought I'd talk like this. Mm-hmm. But I think it's clear to me that if we don't believe in something, again, doesn't have to be traditional standardized religion, but if we don't believe in something bigger than ourselves, we at some level will self-destruct. I really think so. It's powerful in a way that all the other stuff, meditation, all the tools is not, because it's really operating at a much deeper and bigger level. And I think that's all I can talk about it. Mostly because I'm still working out. The scientist in me wants to understand how it works, and I want to understand. And the point is to just go, there's for lack of a better language for it, there's higher power than me and what I can control. I'm giving up control on certain things, and somehow that restores a sense of agency for right action, better action.
I think perhaps a part of that is just the humility that comes with acknowledging there's something bigger and more powerful than you.
And then you can't control everything.
Yeah.
You go through life as a hard driving person, forward center of mass. I remember being that way since I was little. It's like a new Legos. I'm like, I'm going to make all the Legos. I was like on the weekends, learning about medieval weapons and then giving lectures about it in class when I was 5 or 6 years old. We're learning about tropical fish and, cataloging all of them at the store and then organizing it and making my dad drive me or my mom drive me to some fish store and then spending all my time there until they throw me out, all of that. But I also remember my entire life, I would secretly pray when things were good and things weren't good, but mostly when things weren't good, because it's important to pray. For me, it's important to pray each morning regardless. But when things weren't right, I couldn't make sense of them, I would secretly pray, but I felt kind of ashamed of that for whatever reason. And then it was once in college, I distinctly remember I was having a hard time with a number of things. And I took a run down to Sands Beach. It was UC Santa Barbara. And I remember I was like, I don't know if I even have the right to do this, but I'm just praying. And I just prayed for the ability to be as brutally honest with myself and with other people as I possibly could be about a particular situation I was in at that time. I think now it's probably safe to say I'd gone off to college because of a high school girlfriend. We essentially, she was my family, more than my biological family was at a certain stage of life. And we'd reached a point where we were diverging, and it was incredibly painful. It was like losing everything I had. And it was like, what do I do? How do I manage this? I was ready to quit and join the fire service just to support us so that we could move forward. And it was just, but praying, saying, I can't figure this out on my own. It's sort of like, I can't figure this out on my own. And how frustrating that is. And no number of friends could tell me, and inner wisdom couldn't tell me. And eventually it led me to the right answers. And she and I are friendly friends to this day. She's happily married with a child, and we're on good terms. But I think, it's a scary thing, but it's the best thing when I can't control all of this. And asking for help, I think, is also the piece. You're not asking for some magic hand to come down and take care of it. You're asking for the help to come through you, right? So that your body is used to do these right works, right action.
Isn't
And I love how he talked about, like, I can't believe I'm even talking about this right now, is that's the transformation power of Jesus. When you seek him and you're spending time with him, he will make you into a new creation, and your ideas and thoughts are not what they used to be. But God does work through you. Like, I always tell people, and how I live by is I pray for things, but I don't expect them to magically appear. I pray that God will use me and to give me strength to accomplish those things, so that he's going to want you to do your part. But prayer is so powerful, though. And I have a Bible verse that will just completely help with all of this. All right. Philippians 4:6 says, don't worry about anything. Instead, pray about everything, tell God what you need, and thank him for all he has done. Then you will experience God's peace, which exceeds anything we can understand. His peace will guard your hearts and minds as you live in Christ Jesus. That's just amazing, guys. So whenever you're going through hard times, good times, you need to tell God what you need. It's literally an antidote for worry. Tell him what you need. Do not worry, and thank him for all you have done. It's impossible to be filled with anxiety if you're thankful. Be thankful for all he's done. Then you will experience God's peace. So surrender it all to him. Give it to him. Things that you're worried, things that's going on inside your brain you're so frustrated about, just give it to God. Surrender to God. Acknowledge there's something bigger than yourself that can help you, and that will change the world in your life. So go to God today. He loves you. He sent his one and only son, Jesus, to die on the cross for your sins so that you can be saved. So I encourage you to do that today. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you like this video and subscribe. Comment down below, whatever that may be. I'm trying to hit 10,000 subscribers by the end of the year, and I can only do that with your help. I'm so thankful. I love and appreciate you all. And also, you might like this video here. Peace.